Have you ever spent hours worrying about what people think about you? Have you ever stopped yourself from chasing a dream because you were afraid of judgment, criticism, or failure? What if I told you that the harsh truth you've been avoiding is actually the most liberating truth you'll ever hear? Nobody cares as much about your life as you think they do. People are too busy dealing with their own problems, fighting their own battles and worrying about their own future. The moment you truly understand this, your life changes forever. You stop performing for others. You stop seeking approval. You stop wasting energy trying to impress people who will forget about your mistakes tomorrow. Instead, you begin focusing on the one thing that truly matters: your own growth. Think about it. Most people spend years trapped inside an invisible prison, created by the opinions of others. They choose careers they hate because society expects it, and they stay silent because they fear criticism. They hide their talents because they are afraid of standing out. They delay their dreams waiting for permission that will never come. But the reality is simple. The world keeps moving whether you act or not. The people whose opinions you fear are not living your life. They are not paying your bills. They are not carrying your burdens. They are not responsible for your happiness. So why give them control over your future? The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest emperors in history, reminded himself constantly that the opinions of others are temporary and meaningless, compared to the value of living according to your principles. He knew that seeking approval is a losing game, because no matter what you do, someone will criticize you. If you succeed, people will envy you. If you fail, people will judge you. If you stay silent, people will misunderstand you. If you speak up, people will disagree with you. Therefore, the goal is not to please everyone. The goal is to become the best version of yourself. Imagine how powerful your life would become if you stopped caring about unnecessary opinions. Imagine waking up every morning with complete clarity about your purpose. Imagine taking action without fear of judgment. Imagine building your future based on your values, instead of someone else's expectations. That is freedom. Most people never experience this freedom because they spend their lives chasing validation. They post for attention, they work for recognition. They sacrifice authenticity for acceptance. Yet no amount of external validation can fill the emptiness created by self-doubt. Real confidence is built when you stop asking for approval and start trusting yourself. Confidence is not thinking everyone will like you. Confidence is being okay when they do not. Every great person in history faced criticism. Every innovator was doubted. Every leader was questioned. Every successful entrepreneur was told their idea would fail. If they had listened to every negative voice, they would have achieved nothing. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is not talent, it is the willingness to move forward despite judgment. When you realize that criticism is inevitable, you stop fearing it. You begin treating criticism as background noise, rather than a roadblock. You focus on what you can control and ignore what you cannot. This is one of the most powerful lessons of Stoicism. Focus only on what is within your control. Your actions are within your control. Your mindset is within your control. Your effort is within your control. Other people's opinions are not. Their approval is not, their reactions are not. So why waste your energy on things you cannot control? Every minute spent worrying about judgment is a minute stolen from your goals. Every moment spent seeking validation is a moment taken away from your growth. Time is your most valuable asset. Once it is gone, you can never get it back. Again, that is why successful people guard their attention fiercely. They understand that focus creates results. Distraction destroys potential. If you want to change your life, stop focusing on who is watching and start focusing on where you are going. Most fears disappear when confronted directly. The fear of judgment is no different. Ask yourself honestly, what is the worst thing that can happen if someone criticizes you? Will your life end? Will your dreams disappear? Of course not in most cases. Nothing significant happens at all. The criticism fades, people move on. Life continues. Yet many people allow imaginary fears to control real decisions. They sacrifice opportunities because of opinions that rarely matter. Do not let that happen to you. Your future is too valuable to be dictated by fear. Every day you hesitate is a day you never get back. Every opportunity ignored because of self-doubt is a chapter of your story, left unwritten. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of discomfort. Growth begins where comfort ends. The moment you decide to stop seeking approval, is the moment your real journey begins. Suddenly your goals become clearer. Your actions become bolder. Your confidence becomes stronger. You stop living as a spectator and start living as the author of your own story. Remember, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to magically create your dream life. The responsibility is yours. And that is not bad news. It is the most empowering truth you can hear, because it means the power is also yours. You have the power to improve your habits. You have the power to strengthen your mind. You have the power to create a better future. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for approval. Stop waiting for certainty. Start now, start imperfectly if necessary. But start action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates transformation. The world belongs to those who act while others hesitate. There will always be reasons to quit. There will always be excuses to delay. There will always be voices telling you to play small. Ignore them, your potential is far greater than your fears. The strongest people are not those who never feel fear. They are those who act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. And courage is movement in the presence of fear. Every step forward weakens doubt and strengthens belief. Every challenge overcome increases resilience. Every setback survived proves your strength. The truth is that your life becomes extraordinary when you stop making decisions based on fear and start making decisions based on purpose. Purpose gives direction. Purpose gives meaning. Purpose gives energy when your purpose is clear. Criticism loses its power when your mission matters. Distractions become irrelevant when your vision is strong. Obstacles become temporary. That is why you must focus on your life. Not because others do not matter, but because your responsibility is to become the best version of yourself. Your family deserves your growth. Your future deserves your effort. Your dreams deserve your commitment. Do not betray your potential by living for the approval of strangers. One day, years from now, you will look back on this moment. You will either be grateful that you chose courage over fear, or you will regret allowing doubt to control your destiny. The choice is yours right now. At this very moment, you have an opportunity to make a decision. A decision to stop worrying about what people think. A decision to stop seeking validation. A decision to stop shrinking yourself, to fit other people's expectations. Decide to focus on your goals. Decide to focus on your growth. Decide to focus on your future. Because in the end, the people you tried so hard to impress will be busy living their own lives. The opinions you feared will be forgotten. The criticism that once seemed overwhelming will become meaningless. But the life you build, the character you develop, and the legacy you create will remain. So stand tall, trust yourself. Take action, ignore the noise. Focus on your life. Your future is waiting, and it is built one courageous decision at a time. Most people spend their entire lives running from discomfort, without realizing that discomfort is the very thing that creates greatness. They chase convenience, seek shortcuts, and avoid challenges whenever possible. But every time you choose comfort over growth, you silently trade your future potential for temporary relief. Think about the strongest version of yourself that could possibly exist. That person is not created through comfort. That person is built through discipline, sacrifice, persistence, and struggle. Every successful individual you admire was forced to face moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference is that they refused to surrender. They understood a simple truth that most people ignore. Pain is temporary, but regret lasts far longer. Imagine reaching the end of your life and realizing that fear stopped you from becoming who you were meant to be. Imagine knowing you had the ability to achieve more, create more, contribute more, and experience more. But you allowed doubt to hold you back. That realization would be far more painful than any temporary discomfort you face today. This is why Stoic philosophy teaches us to embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding them, obstacles are not interruptions to the path. Obstacles are the path. Every challenge contains a lesson. Every setback contains an opportunity. Every hardship contains hidden strength waiting to be discovered. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not lucky. They simply learn to see obstacles differently. When others see a problem, they see a chance to grow. When others complain, they adapt. When others quit, they continue. This mindset changes everything. Consider how often people blame external circumstances for their lack of progress. They blame the economy, their background, their education, their environment, or other people. While these factors may create difficulties, they do not determine destiny. History is filled with individuals who rose from impossible situations. Because they refused to accept limitations as permanent, they focused on what they could control and ignored what they could not. This is where true power begins. The moment you stop blaming and start taking responsibility, your life changes. Responsibility is not a burden. It is freedom when you accept responsibility for your actions, your habits, your decisions, and your future. You reclaim control over your life. Suddenly you are no longer waiting for circumstances to improve. You become the person who creates improvement. Many people misunderstand confidence. They believe confidence comes from success. In reality, confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you follow through on a commitment, your self-respect grows every time you do what you said you would do. Even when you do not feel like it, your confidence becomes stronger. Self-trust is earned, not given. If you want unshakable confidence, stop looking for motivation and start building discipline. Motivation is temporary, discipline is reliable. Motivation disappears when things become difficult. Discipline remains, motivation depends on emotions. Discipline depends on commitment. The people who achieve the most are not always the most motivated. When they are the most disciplined, they act whether they feel inspired or not. They understand that consistency beats intensity. Small actions repeated daily create massive results over time. A single workout may not change your body, but hundreds of workouts will. A single page may not write a book, but thousands of pages will. A single decision may not transform your life, but repeated decisions absolutely will. Success is rarely the result of one dramatic moment. It is usually the result of ordinary actions, performed consistently over long periods of time, and this is why patience is so important. Modern society encourages instant gratification. Everyone wants immediate results. Everyone wants success without sacrifice. Everyone wants rewards without effort. But nature does not work that way. Trees take years to grow, muscles take time to develop. Skills require practice, character requires experience. Lasting success demands patience. The Stoics understood that everything meaningful requires time. They knew that rushing the process often leads to frustration. Instead, they focused on daily improvement. They concentrated on becoming slightly better each day. Over months and years, those small improvements created extraordinary transformation. You must learn to think the same way. Stop measuring progress by days and start measuring progress by years. Stop asking how quickly you can succeed and start asking how consistently you can improve. The people who win in life are usually not the most talented. They are the ones who stay committed long enough for their efforts to compound. Another powerful lesson is learning to separate your identity from your circumstances. Failure is an event, not a person. Making a mistake does not make you a failure. Experiencing rejection does not make you unworthy. Facing setbacks does not make you weak. Too many people allow temporary experiences to define their permanent identity. They fail once and assume they are failures. They face criticism and assume they are inadequate. They encounter obstacles and assume they are incapable. This thinking destroys potential. Instead, view every experience as feedback. Every mistake teaches something valuable. Every challenge develops resilience. Every setback provides information that can help you improve. Life is not happening to you. Life is training you. The question is whether you are willing to learn from it. One of the greatest strengths you can develop is emotional control. The average person reacts emotionally to everything. A rude comment ruins their day. A setback destroys their motivation. A criticism shakes their confidence. But emotional reactions often create more problems than the original situation. The Stoics practiced mastering their emotions, rather than being controlled by them. This does not mean becoming emotionless. It means becoming disciplined. It means responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. And when you learn this skill, your life becomes calmer, clearer, and more effective. You stop wasting energy on things that do not matter. You focus on solutions instead of complaints. You focus on progress instead of excuses. Most importantly, you begin developing inner peace. Inner peace is not the absence of problems. It is the ability to remain steady despite them. The world will always contain uncertainty. Challenges will always exist. Difficult people will always be present. But when your peace comes from within, external circumstances lose their power over you. This is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. A calm mind is a powerful mind. A focused mind is a productive mind. A disciplined mind is an unstoppable mind. Never underestimate the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits shape your character shapes your destiny. Protect your mind carefully. Do not fill it with negativity, comparison or fear. Fill it with purpose, courage and determination. Feed it ideas that strengthen you.
Surround yourself with influences that inspire growth.
The quality of your life is directly connected to the quality of your mindset. As you continue your journey, remember that greatness is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to pay the price of discipline, patience, and persistence. The opportunity exists for you right now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now, every day presents a choice. You can remain who you are, or you can become who you are capable of being. The decision is yours. Nobody can make it for you. Nobody can walk the path for you. Nobody can build your future except you. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop hesitating, take responsibility, embrace discomfort, build discipline, stay patient, trust the process. And remember that every great achievement begins with a single decision, to keep moving forward when everyone else decides to quit. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must make a choice between remaining comfortable and becoming capable, a choice between staying where they are and becoming who they could be. Most people never realize that their greatest enemy is not failure, rejection, bad luck, or difficult circumstances. Their greatest enemy is the version of themselves that constantly seeks comfort, avoids responsibility, and fears change. This hidden enemy quietly steals opportunities, destroys confidence, and keeps dreams trapped in imagination. The tragedy is that many people never confront this enemy. They spend years blaming the world, while ignoring the battle happening within themselves. But the moment you become aware of this truth, everything changes. You begin understanding that the real competition is not with other people. The real competition is with who you were yesterday. Every day presents an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined than before. The question is whether you will accept the challenge. Most individuals underestimate how much their daily habits shape their future. They focus on major goals but ignore small actions. Yet your life is not built by occasional decisions. It is built by repeated behaviors. What you do every day matters far more than what you do once in a while. If you consistently choose discipline, your future improves. If you consistently choose excuses, your future declines. Success is hidden inside your routine. Greatness is hidden inside your habits. Your future self is being created by the decisions you make today. Every choice either strengthens you or weakens you. Every action either moves you forward or keeps you stuck. This is why self-awareness is so important. You must become honest with yourself. Honest about your weaknesses. Honest about your excuses. Honest about your fears. Growth begins with truth. You cannot improve what you refuse to acknowledge. Many people spend years pretending everything is fine, while secretly knowing they are capable of much more. They ignore their potential, because facing it would require responsibility. Responsibility is uncomfortable because it removes excuses. Once you admit that your future depends largely on your choices, you can no longer blame circumstances for everything. Yet this responsibility is also empowering, because it means change is possible. If your actions created your current situation, different actions can create a different future. This realization gives you power. The Stoics often reminded themselves that life is temporary. At first, this idea may seem depressing. In reality, it is incredibly motivating. Think about how differently you would live if you fully understood that your time is limited. Would you waste hours worrying about criticism? Would you spend years holding grudges? Would you continue delaying your dreams? Probably not. Awareness of mortality creates urgency. It reminds us that time is our most precious resource. Money can be earned again. Opportunities can sometimes return, but time is gone forever once it passes. Every sunrise brings one less day available to you. Every year moves faster than the last. This is why intentional living matters. Do not drift through life hoping things will improve. Decide how you want to live and take action accordingly. Many people wait for confidence before acting. This is a mistake. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes because of action. Every courageous step strengthens belief in yourself. Every challenge overcome proves your capability. Every difficult task completed builds evidence that you can handle more than you thought. Waiting to feel ready often leads to endless procrastination, because nobody ever feels completely ready. But people who succeed understand this. They act despite uncertainty. They move despite fear. They begin before they have all the answers. Action creates clarity. Motion creates momentum. Progress creates confidence. As if you want to transform your life, stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions do not exist. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. The journey becomes clearer as you move forward. Another important lesson is learning to embrace solitude. Many people fear being alone because solitude forces them to confront themselves. Distractions disappear. Excuses become visible. Truth becomes harder to avoid. Yet solitude is where growth often begins. It is where self-reflection occurs. It is where clarity emerges. It is where you learn who you really are when nobody is watching. The strongest individuals are comfortable spending time alone because they understand that solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is an opportunity to strengthen the mind. It is a chance to think deeply, evaluate priorities, and reconnect with purpose. If you cannot be comfortable alone, you will constantly seek validation from others. But when you learn to enjoy your own company, external approval loses its power. You become independent. You become self-reliant. You become emotionally stronger. One of the most dangerous habits in modern life is comparison. People constantly compare their progress appearance, income achievements, and relationships to others. Social media makes this even worse by creating the illusion that everyone else is living a perfect life. But comparison is a trap. It steals gratitude. It destroys confidence. It creates unnecessary suffering. Remember that you are comparing your reality to someone else's highlight reel. You do not see their struggles, fears, failures, or sacrifices. You only see selected moments. True success is not about being better than someone else. True success is about becoming better than you used to be. Measure yourself against your past, not against other people. Focus on your journey. Focus on your progress. Focus on your growth. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others, you regain enormous amounts of energy. Energy that can be invested into improving your own life. The path to excellence is not complicated, but it is difficult. Wake up with purpose. Keep promises to yourself. Embrace discomfort. Learn continuously. Control your emotions. Stay patient. I said remain disciplined. Repeat these principles consistently for years. Most people know what they should do. The challenge is doing it consistently. Consistency separates dreamers from achievers. Anyone can work hard for a day. Anyone can feel motivated for a week. But maintaining discipline for months and years requires character. Character is built through repeated choices. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you strengthen character. Every time you choose courage over fear, you strengthen character. Every time you choose responsibility over excuses, you strengthen character eventually. These choices become your identity. And once discipline becomes part of your identity, success becomes far more likely. Never forget that adversity has a purpose. Difficult moments reveal strengths you never knew existed. Pressure creates resilience. Struggle creates wisdom. Hardship develops character. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Likewise, the strongest people are often shaped by their greatest challenges. Do not resent difficult seasons of life. Learn from them, grow through them. Allow them to strengthen you. One day the challenges you face today may become the very experiences that help others tomorrow. Every obstacle contains a lesson if you are willing to look for it. As you move forward, remember this simple truth. Nobody is responsible for creating your dream life except you. Nobody can think for you. Nobody can act for you. Nobody can develop your discipline for you. The responsibility belongs entirely to you. And that is exactly why your future remains full of possibility. Because if responsibility is yours, then power is yours as well. The power to improve, the power to grow, the power to change, the power to rise above limitations, the power to become extraordinary. So stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Stop letting fear control your decisions. Stand up, take action, trust the process, stay disciplined. Keep moving forward years from now. Your future self will thank you for the courage you show today. The life you want is not built in a single day. It is built one decision, one habit, one action and one victory at a time. Keep going. Your best chapter has not been written yet.